Will you ever leave Logic for a new DAW? Yeah, I completely forgot that Carnival is still a thing even on the Monday here back in my hometown Düsseldorf. I mean, Munich was fun. I escaped the Carnival shit, but I'm now trying to get actually to my studio to make music, to produce, to work, and it's impossible. Like, all of the roads are blocked. I have to pass through the city center to get to the studio, and like every street, it's just blocked. A lot of drunk people, also completely blocked. It's even blocked with like heavy reinforcements due to possible attacks. Okay, trying one more way to somehow get to the studio. Also blocked. It's annoying. It's annoying. One more try. Today's actually the worst day of Carnival with like the most drunk and weird people. I don't think this is really legal. Passed through one of these barriers. There's one more ahead of me. There's no way to get in there. Here also all closed, police. I don't know, no way. That's a little bit annoying. I was so looking forward to just be back in the studio and work on music. So I think I can now actually just head back home, do business stuff. And I think I could try it again in like 2 or 3 hours. Then also not really sure. So yeah, just really at home and then maybe do another Q&A. It's now almost 5, all done with all of the business stuff, all of the annoying stuff, getting in touch via email with all of the guys that I met over the weekend. And now I really need to hurry up for a very special reason. So I have to do a little bit of multitasking, driving and the Q&A. Really not sure if that's the best idea, but I will try. First question, what's the hardest thing as a music producer? I would say not giving up, because like so many people started and then eventually don't stick to it and just do something else. And then basically every second that you ever spent making music was really kind of worthless. So if you're really 100% sure that's what you want to do in life, keep on doing it no matter what. Next question is what I think about Genelecs, like the speaker brand company. I've actually never tested them fully. I know a lot of people that really like them. I know a lot of people that don't like them. It's the same as with every other speaker company. Please just get them, put them into your studio, test them out. That's the only way for sure to know if they actually suit you, your hearing, your music production style, and your room. Otherwise you're just wasting money. And I think almost every store that sells these kind of speakers lets you test them, because you really have to test them. Even in the store, it's not really like 100% accurate. By the way, now on the German Autobahn and I can drive as fast as I want to. Next question was by, I actually forgot the name. It was what I did do before making music, and to be honest, I started like with 15 with DJing, and I think like 18, 19 with producing. So I didn't do anything. I was in school. I never really had another job than DJing, producing, except for once during the summertime for 3 months, like doing delivery of packages and stuff like that. It was horrible. One lesson that I learned there is that I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. So better kick my ass and make music. The next question is if I would sign a 5-song license agreement. To be honest, nowadays not anymore. Like, if you're a big artist, do EPs, do albums. If you're an underground artist, maybe do a 2-track EP, 3 maybe, but 5 is already a little much. It's like a too high commitment to one label, to one agreement. People screwing in this industry, so try to stay flexible. Trust someone with 1 track. If he delivers, promotes it, helps you, maybe another one, and then the third one, and then you can think about like giving them 5 at the time. But yeah, stay flexible, keep as much rights to your songs as possible. Trust me, I've learned that lesson really hard. Don't just throw it away, give it away, and like just know everyone in the music industry is an asshole and will just rip you apart if you let them. The next one is best tips for vocal processing. I actually made a bunch of videos about that, like my vocal chain and like how to do it, the best plugins for it. I will link one of these videos up there. I think I made it. Just maybe one more question. Yo.
Hello?
I'm at the airport picking up Vanessa, and they have this really strange system. You can't park anymore in there, so everyone is waiting right in front of the place where you get like a ticket. You have only 15 minutes time. If you stay longer, you have to pay. So I'm waiting for them to go outside, drive by, pick them up, save money. I know, I'm cheap, but I need the money for the equipment. Vanessa is back, finally. I think I didn't even mention that she was gone, because I was also gone. She was in Milano, which was apparently really nice.
Yes.
And I was in Munich, so just now heading back home and then continuing the Q&A. Top 3 things I would teach a beginner: have a lot of patience. A lot of patience. No, actually, I'd say like first the musical things. So if you don't know any music theory, you don't have a clue about music, it will be 100 times harder to actually try to make a song, which is like kind of obvious. But a lot of people don't get it and still try to make something, which is kind of okay for techno music. But if you want to do anything more melodic, first learn like the basics of music theory. And then second, probably sound design or recording, depending on whatever you want to implement more into your tracks. And the third would be actually mixing. How much money should a starting artist actually invest into his release? I'd say as much as you can, and then probably at the moment, depending on the music again, but 80% actually into Spotify promotion. Then maybe the rest split between Facebook, Instagram, depending where you're stronger. And I mean radio, pitching, or like advertisement in magazines, radio and stuff like that. For that you need a lot more money, like at least 10,000 per release. And to actually spend that much, you need to make sure you actually gain more than that. So that's like so far down the line that you will actually have a management before you even think about things like that. Which one do you like more, the Beatles or the Rolling Stones? I think I will go with the Rolling Stones. Which type of music is getting on your nerves? At the moment, in particular, carnival music. It's just like nasty shit, and I think it only sounds nice to a human brain that is like heavily drunk. What does sine mean, really? I mean sine wave, like all music is made out of sine waves. Jon Sine, John for Jonathan, which is like my real name, just to make it short, and Sine for like all music. I mean, I came up with that name when I was 14. So I still think it can kind of hold up for being decided by a 14-year-old. Which MacBook Pro would you recommend? If you have the money, go with the highest specs. It will last you the longest, but I don't enjoy mine that much because it was already so expensive that it's not fun anymore. What's your favorite analog synth? I never used an analog synth for long enough to actually decide that. Do you find it worth going into analog synth? Not really. I mean, if you really have fun using it and you think it improves your workflow and you just like make better music because you have more fun, then yes, but it won't necessarily sound better, so it's most of the time just a waste of money. How to maintain an equal level of a vocal throughout the track? Compression is your friend. If you have like heavy changes, then use a vocal rider first. Will you ever reveal what's really inside the secret room? No, probably not. Maybe the day I move out, I will show it to you, okay? I think that's a deal. What's your favorite beer of all time? I'm actually not such a big beer drinker. You might think otherwise, because always when I drink a beer, it's in the vlog. But I prefer actually Radler, which is beer mixed with lemonade, like Fanta or Sprite, depending on where you are in Germany. But that's actually quite refreshing, and I actually prefer it over beer. Will you do a live stream where you can listen to our songs live on SoundCloud? Probably not, because every time I'm doing a live stream with like song feedback, people complain that I don't listen long enough to the songs, but I just don't really have the time. But once I have like a phase where I'm like bored for maybe 2 or 3 days, I will try and get into live streaming. I will need to get the right equipment, set everything up that I have like an easy workflow, and this way maybe be able to do it more. Or maybe I will just live stream with Instagram. It's just so much easier. Do you think having more DJ gigs would make one's chance to get releases on big labels? Maybe a tiny bit. Maybe a tiny bit. If you're touring heavily and you're like a pretty famous DJs and you have gigs and fans, it will increase your chance slightly with the same tracks as someone else to maybe get a release, but maybe 5%. I think most labels just care for a really good song because that's what they're making money off. Will you ever leave Logic for a new DAW? No. I don't think so, no. The last question for today before dinner is... I actually forgot to yeah, I was just busy answering questions. But yeah, the last one is your opinion about using pirated samples. Again, multiple options. You use a sample and you're not allowed to release the song and it doesn't get any traction, no one cares. It gets a lot of traction and starts to make money. People will care and hunt you down and make sure you suffer a lot. So it's not really worth it. Try to clear them. If you can, replay the sample, and then you could just go for making sure the copyright is cleared, which is way easier to get. Same me at the moment trying to get it for that cover version. I just need the okay by the publishers and not by the labels for the master rights. So yeah, I would avoid it. Usually you get into trouble for these kind of things eventually, or it doesn't do anything, and then why even do it in the first place? Just work on some original music. I think that's also more fun, way more fulfilling. Anyways, it's time for ending the vlog and cooking with Jon Sine. We'll see us tomorrow back again in the studio, because tomorrow Carnival is finally over.